Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is the Strange Case of Sean here with Chapter 7 of the Wyatt Sicks Invade AEW. The AEW roster is unsettled and unsure of what they can do to end this crusade of chaos being brought by the Wyatt Sicks. Champions fell due to their mind games, and the group claimed their first championship in Nikki Cross, who defeated Mercedes Mone, but now has a target on her back placed by returning Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. MJF lost his championship to Malachi Black after he and his partner Alicia Attach's security were threatened. He has since been consumed with a desire for revenge, a thirst that rivals his desire to be champion. He was able to quell some of it by striking Howdy with a chair that Howdy sort of welcomed in an odd way. He was then taken out by the rest of the group as Howdy looked on laughing. Then there's the story of Wardlow, who watched this all unfold, and it seems that's exactly what the group wanted. And now let's begin Chapter 7. The show intro for AEW Dynamite plays as normal, but then they are interrupted by Uncle Howdy. You hear Uncle Howdy laugh. "I see you. Hermes, the messenger. I'll take over from here. You're not needed. You're not wanted. You will never amount to anything. Who are you? Where'd you come from? You're not welcome here." Uncle Howdy is interrupted by a graphic of a masked devil looking at the camera. He takes it off, revealing it to be MJF. It's time to end this. Cryptic words that don't mean won't save you from me. You have your grief and have chosen coping ways that will lead to your destruction. The resistance begins now. Uncle Howdy interrupts his feed. He laughs. "Oh, Maxwell, it seems you're falling ill." He continues laughing. "For the cleansing to be achieved, blood must be shed, bones must be broken, the world must shatter. Your progress is on track, and you are no longer a priority. And doesn't that eat at you?" MJF interrupts. "If you didn't care about me, you wouldn't be responding to me, you stupid." Howdy interrupts. "I always cared for you. Why do you think I do the things I do? The things we do. You are all cared for. You're always welcome here. You're always welcome with us. You can be our warlord." "Oh, you're still here?" It goes back to MJF. "You think you're clever. You truly don't understand who you're dealing with, what you've woken inside of me. Your frittles and phrases just show me how big of a moron you really are. It's funny, you really are starting to sound like Bray." He swings around the bat. The camera pans down to Bray's lantern. He then smashes the lantern with multiple shots. "I will not stop until my hands are covered in your blood and guts." It is now back on Uncle Howdy, who stares down the camera with a focused, menacing look, not breaking eye contact. "There may be no more light. There may be no more eye. There may only be disease. My sanity has disintegrated, yet that makes me the most dangerous entity AEW has seen. You can't fathom the amount of destruction I am capable of. They've seen it firsthand and relish it. The people have seen it firsthand, and their heroes have left them. You are a curious case, Maxwell. If it's war you crave before the inevitable, then I'll expect gratitude for your demise." The feed cuts out. Back at the commentary table, they welcome the viewers to their show without the same enthusiasm they normally have. They wonder if a challenge was just made and if all of AEW should be worried. They try to continue on with the show. Later on in the show, Britt Baker makes her way to the ring. The crowd chants DMD. She grabs a microphone. "Damn, is it good to be back in AEW," the crowd cheers. "It's also gonna be damn good when I eventually become TBS champion. That's right, Nikki. The doctor is in and ready to take you out." Mercedes Mone music hits. The crowd cheers. She makes her way out and joins Britt in the ring. "Okay, hold up. That's my championship you're talking about. You know, it belongs to me and was wrongfully taken from the CEO. Britt interrupts. Look, this CEO crap's gotta stop. We all see through you. Those 3 letters don't mean anything, unlike the ones that accompany mine. Mercedes continues. It seems like I need to remind you of who you're talking to and why I'm the gold standard of this division. And after, you can scurry back off on another leave or whatever you call your drama-fueled absences. The crowd gasps at the burn. Britt continues. Okay then, Saturday night, Collision. Winner becomes the #1 contender for the TBS Championship. Mercedes responds, you're on. The lights flicker and you hear Nikki Cross laugh. The next segment, Swerve makes his way out to the ring with Prince Nana. He gets a loud ovation from his home state of Washington. He grabs a microphone. You know, Will, we've both seen plenty of fights. We are 2 of the best and most popular wrestlers, not only in AEW, but in this business. I had that fatal 4-way in the bag. I would have then went on to become champion. You could just ask me for a match, and I probably would have said no. The crowd laughs. But then I would have reminded myself of the challenge, which then would have convinced me to defend it. Now I need to find a different path to reclaiming the AEW World Championship. As for, he's attacked from behind by Will Ospreay with a chair. Prince Nana shouts at Will to stop. Then DreCAWS runs in and attacks Prince Nana. He then holds him back as he watches Will continue to beat down Swerve. Will then hits Swerve with a Stormbreaker in the center of the ring. Don lets Nana go as he runs to check on Swerve. Will then rushes in and hits him with the hidden blade. Swerve and Nana are laid out in the ring. Don and Will laugh at what they've done. Will grabs a microphone. It wasn't going to be that easy to take me out. It's hilarious you thought that, though. I'm so sick of you. You're a flash in the pan. You got lucky in some matches and you actually think you're on the level to call yourself one of the best? That's comical. I'm here laying down the challenge for World's End. Ospreay vs. Swerve in an unsanctioned street fight. The crowd cheers. We still got some time before then, so when you wake up in the hospital in this crap hole you call a home, you let me know if you have the stones to face me. He throws the microphone down onto Swerve and kicks Nana before exiting with DreCAWS. In the main event, Wardlow takes on the House of Black's Brody King, with the winner receiving a TNT Championship match. It is a competitive match with momentum swinging back and forth. Brody takes out the referee by accident, and this is where chaos ensues. Brody grabs stairs from the outside and looks to strike Wardlow with them. The lights go out. Wardlow gets back to his feet. Emerging from the outside is Uncle Howdy, arising onto the apron, who laughs and extends his hand to Wardlow. Wardlow looks confused. Howdy says to him, "Wage war with me." MJF runs in and hits Howdy with a chair from behind. He then hits him again with a couple shots. Wardlow pulls the chair away from him while MJF screams, "What are you doing?" Howdy escapes to the ramp, while Rowan, Gacy, and Lumis run to ringside and attack MJF. Wardlow backs up and watches on, and then leaves through the crowd. Bryan Danielson then runs down the ramp and blasts Howdy from behind. He then runs to the ring to help MJF. He gets in a couple good shots, but is then overpowered by Rowan. They then gang up on him. The crowd erupts as Jon Moxley hits Howdy in the back with a sledgehammer and then runs to the ring. He gets each member of the Wyatt Sicks with the weapon. Just when the odds are even, the Wyatt Sicks escape the ring and join Howdy. Bryan and Jon shake hands, but then they change their gazes to MJF. "I want to end them," MJF continuously shouts. Moxley grabs a microphone. "I for sure can't stand you, but you're gonna help me get what I want. And that's blood and guts." The crowd erupts. He continues, "And we're gonna get just that at World's End." The crowd is elated. The Wyatt Sicks look on. Howdy's expression changes from anger to laughter. He says, "Prepare yourself." It's that week's Collision, and it is main event time. Mercedes Mone versus Britt Baker, with the winner becoming #1 contender for the TBS Championship and a match at World's End. Britt Baker and Mercedes Mone circle each other in the ring, both sizing up their opponent. They lock up in the center of the ring, each woman trying to gain the early advantage. Baker quickly maneuvers around Mercedes, going for a waist lock, but Mone counters, flipping Baker over with a swift arm drag. Baker quickly gains the upper hand, using her agility to hit a quick dropkick to Mercedes' chest, sending her to the mat. She follows up with a snap suplex, but Mercedes rolls out of the ring, taking a moment to regroup. Baker taunts her from the inside the ring, while Mercedes looks a bit puzzled and cautious. It's apparent she misses her enforcer, Camille. She then returns to the ring. Mercedes charges, but Britt sidesteps, slamming Mone into the turnbuckle. Baker, seeing her opportunity, hits a vicious superkick that knocks Mercedes off her feet. The crowd roars as she signals for the lockjaw. Mercedes is able to escape quickly. They both regain their composures, but Mercedes turns the match in her favor with a strong uppercut that stuns Baker. She then hits the statement maker and gets Baker into a crossface, but Baker quickly reaches the ropes. Mercedes holds it to the 5 count, then breaks the hold. The climax of the match comes when Mercedes hits Baker with the moneymaker. She goes for a pin, but as the ref begins to count, Nikki Cross can be heard laughing. Mercedes breaks her pin and looks around the arena. Britt goes for a roll-up off the distraction, but Mercedes kicks out at 2. They get back up on their feet, and Baker kicks Mercedes and hits her with a Canadian Destroyer. She then prepares for the lockjaw again, and this time locks it in deep. The referee is on the ground checking to see if Mercedes wishes to give up. Suddenly, the lights go out. The lights come back on, and Nikki's in the ring with a cane. Britt is taken by surprise, but somehow manages to have kept the hold in place. She breaks the grip, but Nikki begins to strike her repeatedly with the cane. It is a vicious attack that Britt wasn't prepared for. Mercedes, back to her feet, turns around and delivers some strikes. Nikki counters one and then tackles her to the ground, continuing with strikes. Nikki then bites her on the forehead. She gets off and Mercedes rolls out of the ring. Britt escapes the ring when Nikki dives after her suddenly and takes her out. She then pulls out a chair from underneath the ring and uses it on Baker repeatedly. She looks on to see Mone stunned against a barricade. She runs, building momentum, and slams herself into Mone, crashing through the barricade. Nikki only needs a moment to get up from the crash. Nikki picks up a weakened Britt and hits her with a fisherman suplex on the outside. She then sets up a table and places Britt onto it. She then dives off of the apron and puts Baker through the table. Nikki faces up, looking around, laughing. Her laugh fuses with Uncle Howdy's laugh as the crowd boos, and the show ends. Did Nikki take out 2 of the top contenders in the division out of fun or fear? How will Swerve respond to Ospreay? Can Team AEW stand up to match against the Wyatt Sicks? One thing is for sure, the tension is high in AEW, and it's all about to come to a head at World's End. And that'll do it for Chapter 7 of the Wyatt Sicks Invade AEW. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. Stay strange, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.